Where are we with this? Man, it's nice looking at the future, right? Anyway, so we had this formation kind of thing. We're saying that this thing needs to stay above it. So hold for some upside or short on the retest of the breakdown. So this exceeded the retest, I would say. This is kind of consolidating here. You can get a potential pop, but I'm not sure what that's going to do. As long as it stays below the pivot on the daily, which is coming in around 125, 126, something like that. If we can close above there, I think we're good to continue up another try to the upside. All of these are pointing down except for the 89 exponential on the daily, the 200s, the 377. These are more long-term, but all the short-term ones are pointing down. So I can probably see a pop. Yeah, I can see this coming back up to like 126, 125, like I said. But I'm not trading this until I see this going above. This week I did play some puts. And I think I had a loss of Facebook. Yeah. So it kind of evened out with my Apple. So that's good. I'll talk about that in a bit.
Cool.
All right. So as far as outlook, let's see. Weekly. Weekly is interesting. Let's clean this up. So if you're looking at the daily, let's speed this up. So daily, I'm looking for a tap again on the pivot. So that brings you up to 125, 126. I'm probably going to see an overshoot to 127, which you look at the daily, you got a cross potentially coming. So if you come up to the pivot retest, you'll be hitting 10 simple. Then we want to see it go above it. So unless I see a close, I guess on a weekly basis, around 128, 128 would do it for me. So I need to see a weekly close above 128 for bullish long term, or a break below or consolidation around 114 for bearish, and we'll revisit when we get to it. But yeah, this so our previous notes is this needs to stay above the daily pivot for it to be anything really, and this needs to hold in order for us to see some upside, which we are still holding technically. The weekly kind of looks like we're right below it, but daily is what it counts right now. Moving on to AMD. Ugh. Wow. We're not looking at this. So we got the Tesla 21 rejection. We're probably going to come back up eventually to meet the 10 simple, probably around 81, but that's not before hitting down to the 50 MA on the weekly. What do we have here? Going to the daily. Trying to speed these up. Daily, stay above 82, see more upside, below 73, 77. Well, goddamn. We got 74, 92. Then we're going to see a pop to 82, and then we'll revisit. So we got to 74. We saw it pop to 84, so we exceeded a little bit. And then we revisit it, and that's where I got the pink stuff. So it needs to stay above 82.39.
Okay.
It didn't do that on a closing basis. Otherwise, first take profit was the 200 on a short. So we hit the 200, took profits, and it dropped lower. So I say these two are hit. Targets are hit. Next up, probably see a bit of a pop. It seems to be forming some kind of trend line going down. Where's my colors? Oh, it's white. Okay, that worked. Let's see. Need to break this trend line to get a pop. So we're probably going to revisit up here somehow. And then if we can't break above it, I mean, right now you're forming this. You got a touch. You got 1, 2, 3. Are we going to hold for the 4th time? I don't know. But I have a line in the sand right here. We need to stay above the pivot again. these pivots are pretty crucial.
Okay.
That gives you a higher time frame view. And if we look at the weekly, where is that? Right above this whole cross coming up here. So yeah, I can see this popping up again, leading up to the line here around 82 again. And then we'll see if it rejects, but trading around the cross is pretty dangerous. I would stay out of this until it resolves itself. BA, we were looking for a drop. This thing just poked up a little higher. Shame on us. All right, so moving to monthly. Wow, that hit perfectly up there. Yeah, so we got this one wrong. This was bullish, more bullish than I thought. For the Discord members that I've been given this to, I've been playing, joking around that this is like your middle finger to the market, right? And that we would retest this zone right here. And I was kind of skeptical coming into after like the COVID drop, because I'm like, that's a long way up, but oh my goodness, had I held this, it would have been nice, because we dropped all the way down to $89 even, and I was looking for like $300, and we're at 244. We popped all the way up to 278. Wow.
Yeah, we had added this because of that whole engine malfunction.
Oh yeah. See how this plays out, because right now we got rejected, so this could have been a bull trap. I'm not sure, but let's see what happens. So if we go to middle, let's say we reject one more time. Yeah, I mean, that's possible. I'll say this, if we can close above here, I mean, this is a monthly, so it's not too fair to look at. That looks pretty nasty. But if we can stay above here, I can see us reaching the 300 level.
Yeah. Okay.
So, all right, that's that. BABA. Must remain above the pivot to remain to the upside. We could not do that. We dropped further. Now we're trading here. S2 holds and aiming for 21 simple. What is this on? Is this a daily? Is it? No.
Yikes.
Oh, it's a monthly. Okay. So this white writing is for the monthly, and looks like that's where we got. That's pretty cool. So this is where the white was written. That sounds wrong. This is where it was written. And now, so if the S2, which is 22726, where we are right now, that's kind of cool, holds, you're aiming for the 21. Where is that? Hold on a second. I don't think we're getting this right. Oh, okay. So 21. So this is saying the DS2, which is where, oh, that's kind of cool. So the projections at the time, this is at the beginning when it was trading up here.
Mm-hmm.
We're aiming for the S2, and that needs to hold, which is aiming for the 21 exponential. And if we can do that, then I'm looking for another pop somewhere around the pivot, meaning up to the principal, basically. So I want to see if I can get something like that. That would be really nice, but I would not play it until we can trade above the S1. Oh, actually, we can just stay above here. So new ones. S2 must hold. Yep. Trade above S1. Aim for pivot. And that's where we're going. All right, next. Rapid fire. Let's go. Beyond meat.
Beyond.
Oh, the arrows. The arrows. So we didn't get the pop. So this is for those risky folks. But we were still looking from way under. What is this, weekly? From a month ago, we're looking for this S2 to get hit. Why? Let's see if there's anything. Oh, the monthly. Okay. So we're looking for the 21 exponential to get hit, which it did. I can see a pop to like 140. It's kind of interesting. Maybe something like that. But this is not good. Now we're getting some more data, and now we got a confirmation of the cross down. You still got 4 days. Let's see what happens. But now the arrow is drawn on the monthly, the one going to the upside. So if this holds, then I can see this popping up to like here, something like that. Okay. That's that. We're going to take this out. I think we can say target is met on that one. And let's extend this one. This might become useful later. But yeah, so if you're bullish on this, which I don't know how you can say that right now, but if you're bullish on this, you are expecting basically something like this, and then some consolidation here, a further upside, maybe a drop, and then basically try to get to the pivot, and let's see what happens after that. But based on previous action, you're probably gonna ramp through it if you do get above this area. So let's just watch this. Dow Jones, I'm not going through the indexes right now. Interesting, we're still basically flat. Doku, huh? All right, so we got our pop. Believing that, that's met. This looks like it wants to break to the upside, but we need the weekly. Weekly looks down, but you got to cross. So I don't know. Let's play some short-term stuff here. I'm gonna make this a different color. Let's do some yellow, I guess. Make some rainbows. Yeah, I can see this going up to here, and then we'll reevaluate. But that means that this is basically your warning zone. Okay. Then we'll see. But ultimately, I'm still looking for the 377. DXY, I am proud to say that this one played out very well. So we've been looking at this, and we were talking about it. What, like the second week of this channel, like a month or so ago. I think this bottomed, and you're gonna see some downside pressure on pretty much all assets that trade with the dollar. But this is more important for forex traders, for foreign currency traders, and any USD pairs. So it just gives you. It doesn't mean that your asset is going to go down in price necessarily. It just means that you're going to have some downward pressure because the dollar is going to go higher. So the value of whatever asset you're trading against the dollar is going to go lower, or see that bearish pressure. So right now we got right to the T. We have this nice little flag or channel going up. We got a confirmation on the weekly that we are turning direction right around here. I believe that's when we started pointing it out. Yeah, when we got the cross, which is right at the freaking bottom, man. Look at that, right there. So we got that hammer or morning star, whatever you want to call it, and a higher low. So now we got the uptrend. We were aiming for this green box. I wanted to come down and stay above, obviously, the pivot. Is this the weekly? No, it's the monthly. Okay, perfect. So yeah, obviously, if we stay above the pivot, I can see some more upside, but I would like it to stay above 91.9, something like that, and I could see this breaking. But ultimately, my target was like around here, 93, 92. We're already 92.7.
Yes.
Very good, very good. But yeah, you can probably see some pushback soon. Needs to consolidate. It's going up too fast. Facebook. This is the one I lost some money on.
Facebook.
Why? Because I haven't been looking at it.
Because nobody uses Facebook anymore. Just kidding. It's for old people.
Wow.
I
this. All right. So if you're trading this, what did we say? Don't trade it. You gotta wait till the formation exposes itself, it resolves itself, right? So we want to see if it breaks up, breaks down. Obviously, this broke up. We retested it. It's trading above it. What do we say to this? So I just lost a little bit on options, but I ended up green for the week on with Apple. So that's good, I guess. But shame on me, I got this one wrong. But oh well. I know. Now, I'm going to take these out, but I'm going to leave the boxes in because I don't want to see this come lower. Actually, I wouldn't want this to go to a new all-time high and drop even harder because that will give me a bit of a look to, it would give it a look to like a white gut distribution, which is not pretty in the end. I'll show you when we go down here. I mean, this is bullish as long as we stay above here. I think if we can stay above that, we're good to go. Okay, so if you're a bull in this, I am going to give you a conservative target somewhere around there. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so yeah, around 320. Beautiful. Look at that. Let's make these green. Cash money. Sorry. I guess
It should be.
It's like Tourette's after a certain time of the day, you
Yeah,
know. That's a conservative one, which is like an algo target for me. This one is, yeah, okay. I mean, like Boeing, you know, BA. I wasn't a believer, but I have to follow the charts. You know, my opinion. I can't trade it. So yeah, I'm looking for this first. This one, I'm gonna make it darker, I guess, because I'm not sure if it'll get hit. But this one, I can see it get hit as long as we stay above here. That's the main point. GME, yeah, just delete this. I mean, this is
just get it out of here.
This is just no. Just please don't trade this. Google. Oh man, it's getting interesting.
Ooh.
Oh, whipsaw. Monthly. Man, it looks okay, I guess. Just stay above this pivot, you know. So where we run the daily? Wow, we haven't looked at this since here. So we got our pop here. I'm gonna delete these. Weekly is looking for 190, 1925. I don't think so. Are you on crack? I'm not sure.
Yes.
Actually, I'm not sure. I am going to. All right, let's see. This says close above 2112 to 2118 for trend continuation. Otherwise, 1800s or 19 over here basically is in the cards. So this is going sideways, right? The problem is just like Facebook, this is creating another pattern. And the rule of thumb is that you want to keep all bodies inside the pattern. Yep, there you go. So this is pretty matured. So this right here is getting squeezed.
Oh yeah.
Little Mickey Mouse. Sorry. It's a time of night that we're doing this.
I mean, you have a cross there too, no?
Yeah.
It's about to happen. I mean, it looks inevitable.
That's a pretty down slope, but this is I'm gonna just wait for this to resolve itself again. But ideally for the bulls, you need to stay above the pivot. So this still stands. We're just going sideways, but we are mature here, so you know we're growing up here. Are we going to be taller? Or are we going to be shorter? But yeah, so if it breaks up, we're probably going to look somewhere around here. I don't know if it's looking for that. I think I would just wait, be a little more conservative. You know, the play's already done, so I wouldn't get too greedy here. But this does break up. You're probably looking at the R2 if you are extremely bullish. If not, you're looking at more conservative light, which is the R1 probably. Yeah, somewhere around the box here. So, yep, that's what I got. So that's that. JP Morgan. Damn it. Oh, wow. That is That's yeah, that's bad. If you see this candle, run away. Don't trade for the next day. You need a confirmation after. You don't trade on the first close. That's if you're following patterns anyway. But yeah, I was still looking for this. Let's see. This is bullish. Damn it, Chase. This is interesting. I'm sorry, I have to pause here. This is interesting because the daily wants to poke up, but it's basically retesting the bearish control zone. Meanwhile, the strength is trying to point to the positive, while the weekly, and I'm just looking at the daily and I can know the weekly. The weekly is on a negative strength pointing down. Huh. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait one more week, but this is still what I was looking for here. I think the only thing I can change is just pointing up because the moving averages are moving higher. So I'm just gonna flip up above the pivot. That's all.
Okay.
I mean, this is bullish on the daily, but the weekly is just painting a warning, not so much a bearish sign yet, except the strength is kind of decreasing. I mean, increasing, decreasing strength. Sorry. Nasdaq. Actually, the only index I really want to look at is SPY, because we have been looking at this for a while now. Let me take these out. So we have not touched this since the arrow pointed down there, which I guess we were looking around here. Yeah, so as long as we can get 2 closes below here, it's bearish. Above it, stay above it, and I'm still looking for the 400s in SPY and 4000s. Yeah, right above here. I mean, we're just trucking away, you know, choo.
Yeah.
Cash flow going. That's pretty cool. Tesla, that's what you want to see. Still down.
Tesla.
I can see this potentially popping up, but I'm not sure, man. It's definitely squeezing, so be prepared for a move. If this does pop up and gets rejected by the bullish control zone over here, this is going to be basically the waterfall you saw here, but just translated over here into this order block over here around the 400s, 500. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly still pointing down, but it's on a second dive. Not sure. You're out of the band, so that means that you are probably looking at a bit of a pop. Can't call it much of a reversal yet. Monthly. Let me put my moving averages back on. I mean, this is the first sort of touch, I guess. We still haven't closed the month, but the wick kind of touched it.
Yeah.
Barely. The 10 simple since last year, so it's been a year. That's pretty good. This is healthy. All I can say is I want to see it around 400. It doesn't mean that it has to get there. The only time that would get concerned on a longer term is if we are closing below 300s. That's when I would kind of jump ship if I was trading this long term. Just for a look, probably in the 200s, just try to get it cheaper and start like nibbling at it. So it all depends on what you get out. But if you can start, I guess, I hate using this term, but dollar cost averaging into it, you probably get it much cheaper if you believe in this long term. But, you know, don't get married to it.
I'm not getting married. Don't worry.
Yeah, so if we lose that, we're probably looking down somewhere around here. Just not good. UAL. Same thing. Oh, that makes sense. It's the airlines. Same thing as BA. So this was different though. I don't know what I was doing with these. Monthly, weekly. Probably down. And you can probably, yeah, I want to stay above the pivot. So I'm going to take this off. I mean, technically we did get this hit because we wick down to here. So I'm just going to take that off.
Yeah.
Stay above pivot or bull continuation. Bull cunt. C-O-N-T. Ooh. That's interesting. You don't see that much often. Yeah, I think, yeah. Listen, unless you close above the red box, this is, the hell is this? Like a booty? Like, what is this? You can see it's like an Adam and Eve thing. I don't really know. Long term, I'm not sure. I mean, this is uranium, so I guess if you want to see wars and stuff, you want to see this go higher. I can see this potential top still. You want to stay above the pivot, obviously, through a daily close, but you could see it come down away to $4. If you got it early, congratulations. But below $4, you're probably going to see it lower. Do I think this is going to come lower? I'm not sure, but I do think this is a potential top locally, I would say, all the way down to the weekly. The monthly, I'm not there yet, but this is definitely an interesting development. WMT, that's your last one. Targets hit. This was looking super bearish when we looked at it too. I didn't look at this one, but anyway. So congratulations if you took that. Aim for the red box. Beautiful. What's next? Wait for the pivot. Let's see what happens. So basically going to be this. So would you like the red pill or the green pill?
I'll take green.
That's kind of what you're looking at. And you still have this down sloping trend line here. All right, ZOM, what is this?
It's garbage. Get rid of it.
All right. And we have 3 or 4 new things, and then we can call it night. Let's add blue.
It's Cisco too.
Cisco?
Yeah, it's excuse me.
Got it.
CSCO.
Yeah. Neo. VIAC. Don't know what that is. MAT. Mattel. Okay. Well, that's cool. Okay, so blue.
Whoa, that's a gap.
Damn. 3 months. Why am I in 3 months? I meant to hit the month. Whoa.
Jeez.
Huh.
It's a definite, whatchamacallit.
Well, here, line in the sand. You can even do this. You do not want to see this. You break 2096, death ahead. I'll mark that red. Do not want to see that getting broken on a close. That's a 3 month, to be fair. That's so many lines. I apologize. Let me take this out. So we need to see it yet. All right, let's look at oscillators. Ooh, down. But this is interesting. So on the monthly scale, this is getting bought up. There is some buying beneath all this downside. So something's going to happen. Oh, there you go. Okay, so the weekly is looking for a bearish retest. See how this happened back here? It retested, rejected. It just kind of like went sideways here. And then we got a pop. So I think that's something that could happen to sort of fill this gap somewhere around here, let's say. Such a thin gap. So I could see this coming up to here. I would just put this like that. Okay. So that's kind of what I'd be looking for. So let's revisit in a week. I'm not going to trade it myself. It looks horrible. Cisco. Oh, that's interesting.
I've been holding Cisco for a while. It's
nice.
Goes and comes and goes.
Look at monthly. Interesting. Okay, so it almost looks like gold. That's strange.
Is that a metaphor?
Well, so here's what I'm seeing on the monthly scale, which is probably going to be very relevant. So 50, so you're coming up to a block here. Okay, and you're coming in strong. So you're coming in hot basically, and you want to go little by little. You want to see this. Yeah, it's a little trend. Some profit taking up, profit taking. This is healthy. This is just too volatile. So I'm not saying this is bearish, but I do think that around 53, 56, we're going to see our first resistance. So I'm going to say you want to see that hold. This we need to hold. Let's find confluent with our points here. Yeah, okay, so look at that. Beautiful. All right, so we're coming up to 53.86. I was looking at 53.56 for a little bit of more conservative look. But yeah, so that's the first one. Second one would probably be around 62. At that point, I would probably buy myself on a retrace, because when you start you're breaking all-time highs, you buy on the retrace because you're trading around all-time highs. You more often than not, you end up breaking all-time highs. And that's a decent trade. So yeah, looking for this. I think we're going to end up hitting some resistance here with this order block coming up. This is the mother to the baby. But yeah, somewhere around here, that's basically your ultimate if you do end up breaking this. Neo, what's up in Neo? Oof. Oh, let's cut the top. Weekly down, cross coming. Yeah, I could probably see something like that. And then we'll reassess, but you basically want to see this break above here. There is this untapped area up here, so just keep that in mind. There is this. So I could see either we break above it and then retest. We get a resistance around the pivot line. I would probably get in on, if we close above this red box, get in on a retest to the red box. So you get resistance of the pivot into the red box, buy, and then probably, not financial advice, and then probably be looking for the block up here, because there's some untapped liquidity up here. So just saying. Hey man. VIC. Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
Wow. That's a big red dildo out your bunghole, you know.
Hey.
Damn. So this is kind of cool. So the market dynamics is pretty cool here. So I mean, like you trade above the all-time high, you tend to break all-time high over time. Boom, you did it. But what's interesting here is that you get this like M-top thing, and then you get a huge spring. Granted, this is COVID drop, which happened on everything, but you get this huge spring when you drop this drastically and the fundamentals are behind you, whatever. I don't like fundamentals, but you get this nasty spring when you drop just suddenly, and then you get like twice as big on the bounce. This is probably 3 times to be fair. This is traded. Oh, we're on the weekly. That's why. Like, there's not that much data. I mean, this is a nice run. This is what, from the bottom to the top, almost 900%. Damn. But then again, you know, well, from 900%, you dropped 60-ish%. It's not bad. It's a good trade-off, if you bought at $10.
Yeah.
Right now, I think on the daily, you're probably due for some consolidation. This can drop a little bit more. Your strength is not picking up yet. You're still dropping. Is there any news behind this by any chance?
Says Viacom CBS shares began to fall earlier this week after the company announced it would raise $3 billion from new stock offerings.
New stock offerings, more stock to the market, which kind of evaluates your stock. Interesting. So you're getting this cross here. If I'm looking at even lower time frames, crackhead time frames, you're still going. This is kind of crazy. So see the bands right here. Your volatility is still
Yeah.
Is that still expanding? Holy crap! Let's see. No, so we're starting to squeeze. All right, so you want these bands to come together a little bit. In that sense, for volatility, it's similar to how the Bollinger Bands act. Again, this is not the same, but it's similar that you need this to squeeze a little, kind of like it happens here. Squeeze, pop, kind of thing. And then you just start trending the other way. So this is what we need. We need this to consolidate a little bit, going sideways, drop a little more, and then we're looking for the pivot. And this is tradable. I mean, you're probably looking at a $10 to $20 pop. Moving on from that, MAT, this is one of yours, huh?
Yeah.
Down then up. Probably. Look. Okay, on the hold on, I'm counting days here. I need the monthly because I already saw the weekly is the 10 simple. That's healthy. I mean, if we break the 10 simple, we're breaking the pivot, and that point you're changing trend, in my opinion. Now, if you look at the monthly, I think this is a potential top. You're smacking right into the 200s. You're giving a bit of a bearish look on that candle. But honestly, as long as you're above 1887, I think you're okay. So stay above full target. I think we'll be okay. It's the first time you're breaking it, so I don't know if that's going to happen. Typically, when you come into the 200s after a lot, like over here, see, you're touching the 200, you reject, and then you find support to go above it. You hit it, you reject, you find support to go above it. You can find many cases of that, but that's typically how it plays out. So I wouldn't be surprised if this rejects comes down to like what do you want to say, somewhere around here, I guess, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would just wait and see if this even breaks. If this breaks, you can probably see a little lower, but
yeah, there's not a lot of price movement on this stock anyway. It's usually like 50 cents, $1 here and there.
But this is good. So there's a thing as a beta and alpha ratio. I don't know if you know about this. So you compare your stock or your asset to the index. So for example, every dollar that moves on SPY, it equates to, I don't know. Same percentage is probably easier. So every percent that moves on SPY, it equates to, I don't know, 10% of your stock. Or if you have something that moves slower, it'll equate to like 4%. So it's the same way on the other turn. So if SPY drops 1%, your stock doesn't fluctuate as much. If it's on a low beta number, that's kind of how you play that. I think that's how I would play volatile stock. But anyway, so monthly scale 1887 is the price to watch. Looking at the weekly, down. I think this is a sell. Let's look at the weekly. Yep, ticking down, crossing down, confirmation of close, 2 candle. Oh, see, like I said, you see that candle run away on the second close. So you can see a slight pop, but this is probably going to get tapped out at 2085 is my estimate. Yeah, somewhere around here, 2085, 2095. But I think this is going to retrace. Looking at the daily is going to be, yep. So, yep, there you go. Okay, so like I said, on the weekly, you're going to pop and then probably drop, meeting up to this cross. If you can't get above 20, 60, 20, something like that, high 20s, then you're probably going to look lower and retest the pivot. Pivot is looking at 19 and change. Yeah, so if that breaks, you're looking at 1891, and then you're going to be eyeing that $18 area that we spoke about before, this pivot. Okay, guys, so that's all I got for you. Sorry it was a little long. We're trying to catch up from 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
We're trying to keep up with this, so we'll see you during the week. If not, next weekly recap. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your week. Stay safe. See you then.
Peace out.